I sit here now in the quiet of my empty apartment. The only sound, the distant city, hum, a stark contrast to the vibrant life I once knew. My life was a tapestry, woven with threads of love, commitment, and shared dreams. Or so I believed. For many years, I lived within the comforting illusion of a perfect partnership, a routine of shared meals, evening talks, and weekend plans. My spouse, my rock, my confidant was everything I thought I wanted, everything I thought I needed. We built a home, a future, a world together. It felt solid, immutable, eternal. Then cracks appeared, small at first, almost imperceptible whispers of discontent. A growing silence between us. Where laughter once resided, a subtle shift in connection that I chose to ignore, to push aside as a normal phase in any long-term relationship. I told myself, every couple faces these moments of ebb and flow, a natural rhythm of life. A convenient lie I whispered to my own conscience to justify a growing emptiness within my own soul. The truth was, I felt unseen, unheard, a ghost in my own home. The routine had become a cage, the comfort, a suffocating blanket. I longed for something new, something exciting, a spark to reignite a fire I believed had died within me. This dangerous longing festered unchecked, a poison slowly spreading through the foundations of my supposed happiness. I became more distant, more irritable, more secretive. I started spending more time away from home, fabricating excuses for late nights or weekend absences. My phone became an extension of my hand, a digital shield, protecting a burgeoning secret life. I started seeking validation elsewhere, a dangerous game that promised fleeting thrills at the cost of genuine connection. Then I met them at a work conference, a chance encounter in a bustling lobby. Their eyes met mine across the crowded room, and a jolt went through me. A sensation both thrilling and terrifying. We talked for hours over coffee, then dinner, then late into the night, sharing stories, dreams, fears, things I had not shared with my spouse in years, or perhaps ever. Their laughter was infectious, their intelligence captivating, their attention a potent drug that made me feel alive, awake, desired something I desperately craved in my increasingly monotonous existence. I knew it was wrong. Every fiber of my being screamed, "Stop, turn back. This path leads to destruction." But the siren song of novelty was too strong, the allure of feeling wanted again, too powerful to resist. The first kiss was electric, a forbidden pleasure that sent shivers down my spine, followed immediately by a crushing wave of guilt and shame. I felt like a stranger in my own skin, a betrayer, a fraud. Yet I kept going back, drawn by an irresistible force. The lies piled up, a house of cards, ready to tumble at the slightest breeze. My heart was split into two separate worlds, one of domesticity and deceit, the other of passion and forbidden joy. I lived a double life, a master of pretense, skilled at hiding my true feelings from my spouse, from my friends, from myself. I became an expert at compartmentalization, locking away the guilt during the day, only for it to resurface in the lonely hours of the night, a relentless tormentor. Every shared glance, every whispered word, every stolen moment felt both exhilarating and agonizing. I was tearing myself apart, slowly, meticulously, deliberately. I saw the hurt in my spouse's eyes, sometimes a flicker of confusion, a shadow of doubt. I brushed it off, with feigned affection or irritable deflection. I told myself I was protecting them from pain. But in reality, I was only prolonging their agony and deepening my own moral decay. I knew this charade could not last forever, that the truth would inevitably surface like a poisoned well bubbling to the surface. I lived in constant fear of discovery of the phone call, the text message, the chance encounter that would shatter my carefully constructed world. The day it all came crashing down is etched into my memory with painful clarity. It was a quiet evening. My spouse had found a message I had carelessly left open on my laptop, a message that left no room for doubt, no room for explanation, no room for denial. The silence in the room was deafening, a heavy shroud of unspoken accusation. Then came the words, sharp cold, piercing my heart, like daggers. I saw the disbelief, the confusion, the profound hurt in their eyes, a wound so deep it would never truly heal, their face contorted in a mixture of pain and betrayal. A sight that will haunt me until my dying day. Their voice was steady at first, a controlled fury. Then it broke raw with agony, a sound that ripped through my very soul. The confrontation was brutal, relentless, every word a fresh cut, every accusation a painful truth. I offered weak apologies, lame excuses, flimsy justifications that crumbled under the weight of my spouse's raw pain. There was no defending my actions, no explaining away the profound disrespect, the fundamental breach of trust I had inflicted. I had shattered their world, our world, into a million irreparable pieces. The subsequent days, weeks and months were a blur of tears, arguments, lawyers, and the slow, agonizing dissolution of everything we had built. I watched our shared life unravel before my very eyes, helpless to stop the destruction I had personally wrought. My spouse was broken. Their trust irrevocably shattered, their love extinguished by my selfish choices. Our home became a battleground, then an empty shell. Our shared future, a wasteland. Our memories tainted by the bitterness of betrayal. Friends took sides. Family members looked at me with disappointment and condemnation. I lost so much more than a relationship. I lost a part of myself. I lost my integrity, my self-respect, my sense of worth. The other person, the one I had sought comfort and excitement with, disappeared from my life almost as quickly as they had appeared. Their role was merely a catalyst, a mirror, reflecting my own deep-seated dissatisfaction and moral failings. They moved on without a backward glance, leaving me alone in the wreckage of my own making. The aftermath was a period of profound loneliness and introspection. I was forced to confront the ugliness of my actions, the weakness of my character, the devastating impact of my choices on innocent people. I spent countless nights replaying every moment, every lie, every hurtful word. The regret was a constant companion, a heavy cloak I could not shed. I sought therapy, trying to understand what had driven me to such destructive behavior. I learned about my own insecurities, my fear of intimacy, my inability to communicate my true needs and dissatisfactions within the relationship. I realized my cheating was not just about the other person. It was about my own brokenness, my own inability to face discomfort and difficult conversations. It has been a long, arduous journey of self-discovery and healing. I have accepted the consequences of my actions, the loss, the pain, the lasting scars I carry, the weight of my mistakes every single day. I have tried to make amends where possible, though some wounds are too deep to ever fully heal. I have learned that true love and commitment require honesty, courage, and vulnerability. They demand difficult conversations, not easy escapes. I have learned that happiness is not found in external validation or fleeting pleasures, but in genuine connection, integrity, and self-acceptance. I am still rebuilding my life, brick by painful brick. I am a different person, now scarred but hopefully wiser. I understand the profound sacredness of trust and the irreparable damage that betrayal can inflict. I share my story not for sympathy, not for forgiveness, but as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder that choices have consequences, that silence can be as destructive as words, and that true strength lies in facing our problems head-on, not running from them to find solace in the arms of another. I hope that by sharing my journey, someone else might think twice before venturing down the same destructive path. I chose the path of infidelity, a choice that cost me everything, and left an indelible mark on my soul and the souls of those I purported to love.